What's going on, y'all? Back again for part six. Okay, for YouTube mentorship. All right. Um, my bad. Had to get the backwood sparked real quick. I was smoking a great backwood today. And these things they're pretty good actually. Um, they taste like gummy bears a little bit. But anyway, today we are here with a concept I really love. I'll say. Okay. Um, Today's Sunday. It's about 9 o'clock, and there we go. I couldn't get the lighter to work the way I wanted to. There we go. But long story short, um, today's concept is going to be one that I really, really enjoy using a lot. And more importantly, I get asked a lot, like, what session do I like to trade, or what's my favorite setup, or when am I going to find a turtle soup or a fair value gap, and when it comes to day trading, you know, how do I sit there and find a consistent way to feel comfortable trading in whatever direction majority of the day, right? When we talk about scalping, day trading, or swinging, right? Remember what I said before, it's all based on your personality style. But when you're looking to do some of these things, we want to routine ourselves, okay? And a big thing, right? And this is again, everything I do, I'm a routine based person, okay? So just how I spark a backwood and I talk to you guys, I do the same thing in the charts. I routine myself. I do the same thing at the same time every day. Okay. Now, our lecture today begins with, you know, one simple thing I want you to go in your chart and find. Okay. For those who have been with me for a while, I want you to look to the top left of my screen. Okay. We're going to use all the same things that I normally keep on my screen, right? So sessions, weekend, Saturday, Sunday, and we're going to use another time-based little tool that I like to use also. And don't worry, I mean, even if you have because I don't pay for TradingView either anymore. I used to, and you have like the replay function and all that other shit, but I didn't really fucking need it. So yeah, I really only need three things or two, three things on my chart at the same time. I'm not using no fucking other indicators, so I don't really need the shit in the first place. But same thing with alerts. I mean, alerts is probably the only thing worth it, right? Just so you could put like 50 alerts and shit. But outside of that, you really don't need like TradingView Premium. Not to bash them or anything, but um, so in general, right? When I put on time zone, you see how let me toggle it off and on. Like what you can actually do is you can go in and on your input, I'm using this for a few different concepts, but just for today, I'm actually showing you how to use this for a specific purpose. All right. So I want you to, focus on this day right here. Okay. So for those who are new or just joining us, right? Um, I have each of my days sectioned off by session, and each of my weeks are shown by weekend, Saturday, Sunday. So that means yellow to yellow is going to be my Sunday to Sunday. Okay. And the reason why I keep bringing it up because it's so easy to operate. I mean, not just a week at a time, but it's going to be easy to operate day by day just to understand where price is going to go based on the 24-hour banking cycle. Okay. And I'll probably sit there. I mean, over time, the more we start talking about this stuff, you'll see exactly what I mean by that. Okay. Now, New York midnight opening price. What the fuck is that, and why do we care about it? Right. So the first thing I'm getting your eyes used to looking for. Number one in your routine, right? Okay. So what I'm getting you to see is the relationship between Asian session, London session, and New York session. Okay. Obviously, they're all going to give you, some form of data that's going to lead you into, you know, understanding what could possibly happen next in terms of anticipation of a possible retracement or where price should form a high of the day or a low of the day or where price should trend to and from. And the biggest thing that we want to use, again, it's not structure alone, okay? It's time. Most important thing. And for anybody to tell you that, oh, that's just a myth, or you can't sit there and tell me exactly what's going to happen at a certain time, yes, the fuck I can. Anybody telling you different is just not understanding of what we're doing here. Okay? Now, you're going to watch for this. Ready? Notice how this little time zone indicator is only focused on one candle. And you can see that I wanted 1 hour time frame. Okay? My bad. This backwood is real good right now. But when you're looking at New York midnight opening price, right? The first thing I want you to do is, just so you can get used to identifying, right? You're actually going to take a trend line. And those who know me or have seen a lot of my charts or have traded with me, all my students know I keep my charts very simple. I do not like complex shit on the fucking screen. I don't even like trend lines, to be honest. And the reason for that is because I don't have a need to necessarily look diagonally. I'd rather focus horizontally on certain parts of my chart. So that being said, I don't have to sit there and focus on what's making higher highs and lower lows all the fucking time. What's important to me is what's happening at a certain time of the day. Okay? Now, check this out. Right from this candle here, right? You're actually going to go in and you're going to look for 0000, which is code word for midnight. So if you're on an hour chart and you're actually going to do, not a full top down analysis, but at the same time, what I want you to do is, same way I have this delineated here with some sort of way that I could clearly see this, right? I'm actually going to put my trend lines on the top and the bottom of this midnight candle. I want the very bottom and I want the very top. Okay? And what I want you to understand is that we talk about the whole market being algorithmic, right? There's going to be institutional order flow. There's going to be, four things the market is really realistically doing. It's forming liquidity above and below you. It's always going to give you some sort of imbalance. It's always going to also give you some sort of rebalance. And that liquidity that was previously formed is going to get attacked. Okay? Those four things are forever going to happen. Okay? Now, we talk about the relationship between Asian session, which I have in all black, London session, which is green, and New York, which is, the meat of the day, I normally call that, right? And this is like one of the coolest things that, again, I mean, watching a bunch of ICT videos, he not only talks just about, midnight or certain times of the day that you want to operate, because they're all really important times of the day. But depending on what you want to do, you're going to go in and create a very basic routine that you can use to not just enter the marketplace, but have an idea where price is going to give you a certain reaction. Okay? A certain reaction is going to be different from just getting in and trying to participate from anywhere on the fucking chart. Okay? So now, the thing about midnight, this is where IPDA, right? IPDA. This is literally where the market is going to reset every single fucking day. This is like one of the coolest things that I've learned to just anticipate. Okay? So notice that we have this, again, midnight candle. But if I extend this, right, you're actually going to extend it till about 11 o'clock in the morning. Okay? So you let this candle form. It's going to be 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, right? You have this consolidation in here. But you're not focused on just these two candles. What you're actually focused on is understanding that going from 12 until about 5 a.m., you typically have your Judas swing, okay? And I'll give you a quick rundown on the Judas swing. I will do a whole nother separate video on this, but just because it's related to what we're talking about, it's good to reference. I'll say that, okay? When you have 12 to 5, right, this is going to be one of the core times of the day where it will actually swing, right, after midnight, either above midnight or below midnight opening price, okay? And I'm talking like a really good swing. See that? Not like, the small, little retracement underneath midnight. I'm talking like a real move above midnight. Now, this is something, again, it's, I would say, hidden in plain sight until someone brings this up to you, right? So I'm taking notice of this, right? 12 o'clock, we're technically still consolidated, as agent range is normally very consolidated, of course. We do know that London Open or London itself will give you some sort of price action, either above or below this opening price, okay? But this is the thing. What you're going to actually anticipate is relative to 12 o'clock all the way until about 8:30 in the morning. It's going to give you a small range, okay? I want to use the word range in this situation, all right? Oh, my backwood went out. I got to relight it. But most importantly, right, what I want you to notice, it's actually going to swing you, right, into 8:30 to 11 in the morning. Okay? And that's the thing, right? We haven't talked about where to enter the marketplace. We haven't talked about where to place a stop loss. We haven't talked about the daily bias. I just want you to get used to seeing what I'm telling you. Okay? Very simple. You're going to go in and you're going to find New York midnight opening price. Go back in your chart and look relative to that. And you're going to look at 8 o'clock to 11 o'clock in the morning. Now, for those who are familiar, that's optimal trade entry time. And especially, this is like Killzone time. Okay? Above midnight opening price, around 8:30 to 11, it's going to make a significant high, and the high probability of it running downward is going to be very, very, very high. Okay? Now, I want to show you something else. Hold your horses. Hold your horses. Okay? Now, I just gave you something Very, very slight. I want to go back. Now watch this. It's so simple. It escapes almost anybody who's just not paying attention either around this time of the day, or if you don't have a routine to look for what I'm telling you, you're not going to be able to anticipate this. And this happens so freaking often. Just what I told you, right? Notice how my same thing, hour chart, still in US 30, midnight New York opening price, right? It's going to be one singular candle. I'm going to find the top and I'm going to find the bottom. We do have some price action underneath it, and we have some price action above it. But what did I tell you? It's going to be at a certain time of the day. It's so specific. It's actually really hard. I'm not saying it's hard for you to actually have a losing trade, but this is going to be really hard for you to find yourself on the losing side of the marketplace. Okay? You want to be a seller above midnight opening price. I'm going to throw that right there. You can actually, when the day is poised to be bullish, you're going to be a buyer underneath New York midnight opening price. Ooh. No way. No way. It can't be that simple. Nah. No way. That's exactly what everybody says when I teach them this concept. Every single time, bro. And I mean, again, this is not for you to go in every single day to try and catch this motherfucker like this. But most days, I'll say it like this. Because look, even when we wanna back up a little bit, right? New York opening price. Again, it's going to give you that Judas swing, right? So it's going to have this fake rundown. And if we get on a smaller time frame, you'll see exactly what I mean. It's going to have this fake rundown. It's going to trip in a bunch of sellers here. Everyone here is going to think this is a continuation, right? After midnight, they have no idea what this is actually going to do. So there's going to be an influx of buyers and sellers around this time of the market. Sellers are going to come into the marketplace and try to run this downward. It's going to hit stop losses. Early buyers are going to try and get down here, and they're going to get stopped out again. Okay? But they don't know that, again, London session, if it doesn't give you the high or low of the day, you're going to be looking towards New York. It's very simple. And look what happens. Specifically, right? We're looking for, look at that, between 8 and 11 o'clock in the morning. And do you see how perfectly this becomes a low risk sell entry right at this time of the day? Perfect. It's absolutely perfect. And it runs down, look at this, all day. All day. You get this entire move. The entire move. Now wait, there's more. Because like I told you, this is something that happens, again, every single day in the marketplace. And I will tell you, right? We've talked a little bit about turtle soup. We talked about fair value gaps, right? I want you to get creative, okay? You're going to look at midnight opening price. You're going to find it. You're going to extend it. like I said, till about 11 o'clock in the morning. Boom, just like that. There you go. Top of the bottom. And so when you see a lot of these examples, right? And a few of you are going to ask me this question, right? Well, Jay, I see this, but I marked midnight. I see that it went up. I see it went down. It went back up and then went down. This shit confused the fuck out of me. I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. But every single time, I want you to pay attention. When did you get your entry point? When are you trying for this? Are you trying for London? Because again, the same thing applies, but we still cannot escape what? 8:30 to 11. You feel me? So my thing is trying to stay creative in the marketplace and trying to be on the right side of the marketplace. I'm still focused on New York. I want to be a seller above this around these times of the day. So understanding that London is going to give me some sort of high and I can actually run this from London session all the way down, no problem. But the only thing is, okay, this is going to give you a run only until what? 8:30 to 11 o'clock. Like I said. So even if you do get a sell position above New York opening price, you run through it. If, I'm not going to lie, right? You can anticipate two different scenarios. And this is why this is so cool. But you're still not going to find yourself in massive drawdown. And you're going to still understand that you can catch the day's range. Or if you make a mistake and find yourself on the wrong side of the marketplace, you can easily correct yourself and find yourself on the right one next. Almost immediately. Okay? If you took this London sell, right? Let's say you found this. Even if you want to just take this break at the candle downward, that's completely fine. Thinking, again, we understand that London typically offers your high, low of the day, and also on Tuesdays, and we'll talk more about that. But during the week, it's typically, I almost got carried away real quick. I'm funny. But London is one of the most, I'm not going to say easy, because that's not the word I want to use. It can be very relentless in terms of price action. You know, it can definitely go both ways. Very, very manipulative session. However, it does offer a high of the day or a low of the day, or if not, it's going to offer a really, really good move from 12 to 3 a.m. Again, London starts at 3. So you're going to start to look for 3 to 4 a.m. That's your silver bullet time. So you have a silver bullet here. Runs right down. But you have to be understanding that underneath New York midnight opening price, right? What time is it? Between 8 and 11. It's going to give you optimal trade entry. So if you're in sells here, and again, you do get a run lower, yes, for sure. And very consistent, again, right from over top of it, it does go right down. But again, this little roadblock here, you're, again, to the naked eye, this will scare anybody who's in a sell position, right? Oh shit, it's probably going to be bullish. So now you try to buy this and you can run that. That's fine. But you have to be understanding that this is, again, a bearish market. So if you do get a nice retracement at this time of the day, you're not going to expect this to run to the fucking moon. Does that make sense? Yes, it does run up. Yes, it's underneath New York opening price. And it's 8:30 to 11 in the morning. Is it a valid reason for me to buy? It could be. No problem. But I do want you to also understand, again, we've talked about turtle soup, right? So I need you to be creative. That's why I say these things. Okay? Man, people be talking to me like, yo, bro, you be hitting the blunt and just be going off. Like, you just taught me so much shit. Like, you really just be smoking and trading all the time? Bro, I trade as if there's nothing else to do. This is why I'm so good at what we do. I sit there and I watch, I wait, I practice, I try different things, and I like what works for me. I work on what doesn't, and there is not a single day that goes by where I'm not doing the same fucking things, man. Everything you see me do is completely systematic, and I like it that way. And so, this is what I want to bring to your attention. A lot of you will say, oh, this one is going to be really hard for me or confusing. I actually want to use yellow. But this is my thing. We've talked about turtle soup. Let's bring it back, right? Previous session highs, previous session lows, previous day high, previous day low, previous week high, previous week low. Why does that have any sort of significance? It's exactly what I'm telling you. This is literally London's high. You feel me? So look, real quick, I'm going to do this for you, right? Let's get rid of everything. And let's focus on one thing. So, you know about midnight, right? All you need to do is focus. What time of the day? And when I draw it just like that, now you understand. Yes, I do get a dip also here. Let's talk about this. I get a nice dip here also. Ready? So again, I'm not encouraging you to go in and start buying and selling aggressively above this fucking candle. Do not do that, because what you're going to do is that shows you're impatient in the first place. So what I want you to do is wait. I want you to wait. And you're going to want to go into your charts, and you're going to want to, again, jump right in there the moment you see something above midnight, and you're going to want to participate. I understand the feeling. I did that for months when I first figured this out. However, what I want you to do, really understand, again, focus on old lows. I want you to focus on old highs. Okay? And again, if this is London's high, right? And this is 4 o'clock in the morning. We run down, run down, run down. We take out New York midnight opening price. So we've rallied down, up, down, right? Right into what time? Again, this is more like, again, I would say like a puzzle, right? Just because all you're really trying to figure out is where is price going to gravitate towards for the day. I know that this is going to give me a chance to participate at various times of the day, and it's early. It's really early. If I'm going to find myself on the right side of the marketplace, there's a few things that I can do and pay attention to, but I have to be creative. I'll always bring it back to that, right? Boom. 832.11, optimal trade entry. It runs over London's high. But you already know, this took out a session high. And I will say this, right? If you have another way to understand that you're in a bearish market, or if you looked at the previous day, right? This will definitely look very attractive in terms of a buying situation here, because you have this turtle soup also to the downside. So this buy here, yes, it's a nice little scalp here, but I don't want you to be too aggressive in trying to stay in here for the remainder of the day and lose your profits from the scalp. You have to be understanding if you're in a bullish or a bearish market. So if you're in a bearish market, that means you're going to look for the sell to be the one that's going to give you the most juice, the most gas. You feel me? And then again, if you're understanding that, okay, I'm using New York midnight opening price, I understand the overall directional bias, right? Maybe you use the daily chart, maybe you use the weekly, right? You're taking your higher time frame and you're going and jumping onto a lower time frame, such as the hour like this. And again, I'm looking for specific phenomenon above and below New York midnight opening price relative to this, right? 8:30 to 11. If you understand that price is bearish and you say to yourself, whoa, we just took out London's high. 8:30 to 11, it already ran, got it. This is about 10 o'clock here. Now, if you're not really hip to silver bullets, this is also silver bullet time, 10 to 11. I'll also make another video on that. Don't want to do that right now. But again, you see how this brings me to so many other concepts and things that we can use. You're never understanding that, like, you need one thing to participate or one little thing in the setup to get in the marketplace. No. I've taught you so far so many things that you can do, and I'm talking in a basic way. Check this out. Hold on, we're not done. Now look, complete the narrative, right? So if we figured out somewhere in here that this is bearish, New York opening price, we're above that, so we should be a what? A seller. We have some downwards movement here. Ooh, above an O high. Beautiful. This is an A plus setup to me. I'm about to sell the shit out this thing. And guess what it does? You get that run down and look at the next day. Look at the next day, right? I'm not sure if we talked about this one already, but even if we did, I'm going to put the lines on the chart anyway. And just like that, right? If you understand that price is bearish for the week, right? You understand exactly what's going on. And boom, you already see exactly what I can see. I know you guys can see it. Oh, we could light a blunt on that one. Oh, we can light the blunt on that one. And again, you see exactly how this gets me excited, bro. I love shit like this. This is the easiest thing in the marketplace to do. You want to make a lot of fucking money? This is how you fucking do it. And bro, I'm going to keep it 100 with y'all, right? I'm going to keep it 300%. I don't edit my YouTube videos. I don't. I don't have a need to, right? I mean, later on, I'll probably, you'll probably see me have an edited video, sure. But realistically, oh no, the blood. Oh no, not the blood. Oh, it's all good. We gonna put this blood out. And it's like a hole at like the end of this blood, but we'll put this one out. We gonna roll another one instead. Oh shit. Where'd my weed just go? Oh, there we go. Okay, so back on topic. This is what I want you to understand, right? This is an easy thing for you to do, especially if you know directional bias, right? This is what's going to shape you, okay? You have New York, right? London session actually consolidates. And I'll give you another hidden gem real quick while I'm thinking about it. If London session is actually consolidating, you're still going to look for 8:30 to 11. Okay? Now, a lot of people will say, oh, well, like, I hate when I do that. Oh, well, like, again, it's going to be easier if you know directional bias. So if you know that price is bearish, this is going to be a lot more significant than somebody who doesn't know direction, right? But even if you're having trouble with that, this is still going to help you find your way on the right side of the marketplace. So After 8:30 to 11, let's say you were late, you can also get an entry, right, above here. If you're late for this, price is going to trend down, boom. And let's say you think you missed it, it's not going to fully run down without giving you some sort of measure of retracement, right? Either at or underneath New York opening price. You can also get another entry. I'm not saying you can't participate somewhere in here. Now, you're talking to me. I'm somebody who is very aggressive. So I'll probably end up being somewhere in here. I'm fine with that. And I'll also stack entries underneath me. So I'm totally fine. Again, as long as I'm over this, I'm going to be more confident than not. And although I'm understanding that this is the perfect time of the day, and I'm anticipating, where should we trade to? Exactly. I'm not going to get out directly here. I'm going to take my partials, but you see exactly where I have some way to aim. You see what I mean? There's going to be some area in the chart that I can aim at that makes sense, right? Now, do you see how back to back, if you understood that this was a bearish week, that's what I mean. You have to get creative, right? So this one's going to be a little different. We can go over this one if you want to. I don't really want to, but I'll give you a quick rundown. It's going to take me 30 seconds. So if you look at this one, without me even saying it, I want you to recognize what we're looking at. I want this to be a light bulb that goes off in your head like kind of crazy, actually. Now, I realize that your eyes probably went here first, right? That's perfect. That's perfect. Now, you realize before and after, it's not too much movement around New York opening price today. Now, you're thinking to yourself, damn, what the fuck do I do? This is probably underneath, so that means I should probably buy. Boom, it went one direction. I should probably buy it. Again, I want you to put your thinking cap on and be creative, okay? Now, a lot of people know that I don't operate too much on Mondays. I mean, if we have like this would be perfect right here. I would actually run this one. Like a turtle soup right here on between like a Friday and a Monday. I love those. I don't mind playing those. I'll sell. And again, the time is right. So London giving me low or high of the day, right? If it doesn't give it to me in London, I'm looking for it to give it to me in New York session. Okay. So that being said, we just narrated price this week backward for whatever reason, but I think that's pretty fucking cool, man. Just because we can do shit like that and everything that we go to look at makes so much sense. Left to right, right to left, up and down and up. And what I'm saying is, look, this is not going to give you the same move here as it does for these 2 days. But again, look how consistent we are understanding prices bearish, right? It has been whatever. If I went to a higher time frame, I could show you more evidence of that. But it's not even needed for what I want to get your attention towards. Okay? Bearish fair value gap. First thing that's formed. Boom. Got it. Now, this is your 9 o'clock retracement. It's going to run into a fair value gap and run lower. This is easy, right? And you participate right from this imbalance. Clean move down. You have this whole move. Now, the next day, let's say, again, you're back in the chart. You've taken your profits on your last move. That day trade was beautiful, right? And this is why I'm narrating from, like I said, up, down, left, right, whatever. Doesn't fucking matter. But again, you're looking at all the stuff that we've engaged so far. And you're doing it clean. I want you to get right in the habit of doing this. Let's say you wake up about, you could really start at like 2 a.m., 2, 3 a.m., but this is really the fun time to really routine this. Ready? So I'm really up looking at liquidity around 2:30, me personally. And this is New York time. So 2:30 New York time. I live in Pennsylvania. So realistically, I'm here and I could see all this stuff at 2 a.m., right? So I'm here. I can kind of check it out. I'm going to wait for London, right? 3 to 4 o'clock in the morning is like my favorite time to really start to really look around in the marketplace for entry points. So I understand that this is going to give it to me here. I might actually run this down. I might scalp this. Again, I'm saying you don't have to. When you're learning this, you don't have to. And I want you to get used to waiting for that 8:30 to 11, right? Because that's really like that golden time. This is the one that gave it to us on the upside before we sold it. So I want you to get used to your turtle soup, right? So you would have had this turtle soup, London session, and I want to use a different color here. And you would have sold this down like that. See that? You would have sold that down. And you would actually use this last high as a stop loss. That's totally fine. See what I mean there? And then you do get this run down. And you can actually hold this. Again, if you get in here, this is around 11 o'clock, literally. It's 8:30 to 11. So that whole window of time is totally fine. You don't have to rush. You really don't have to rush. You don't have to be as aggressive as I am. But again, I've been doing this for so long, I'm used to seeing this form every single day. So if I'm not using one of these, again, you're going to take this turtle soup, boom, price is bearish. This is my stop loss. Again, this is a very wide stop loss, especially for US 30. If you're not comfortable, you can actually do another thing here. You can take this high, just like that, and you can actually participate a little under this. So you actually might get an even better price point, letting price give you this high and let it start to run down, okay? Now, what you're going to understand is the top of this candle, you're using that as a stop loss, and you see it perfectly never returns to that, right? But again, it's all the stuff that we've used so far, which is going to make this comfortable for you. It's comfortable for me. So this is how you got to do it. New York midnight opening price. We go over London. Boom. Price we already know is bearish. Just for going over a previous session, we should be trying to sell that. Okay. We have this silver bullet. That's fine. Even if you don't know about silver bullets, I'll do a video on that next. So, I mean, probably not next. I think that's in 2 videos from now. But don't worry about that for right now. You get this high. I want you to focus on that. You sell this, use this as a stop loss, and you get the chance to reap your rewards. Okay? That'll bring us to the next time. And I'm going back over this really quickly just so you guys can see how my thought process is. And you can do this very quickly. Just like that. See that? And boom. That means all the price action above this should not scare you. It really shouldn't. It really should not. It's the same time every time. Look at that. 9 o'clock. 10 o'clock. And even if you get in a little early, so then let's say you got in at like 8:30, you only have so much drawdown. It's time based. I'm telling you, what did we use? Just like that. And let's say you wanted to really use that as a stop loss. You're going to find where liquidity's at, right? There might be some liquidity down there somewhere or whatever. But I just want you to get used to doing this, man. It's an easy way to operate. So, come on now. There we go. So, like I said, right? Just like that. You're right in there. You're not going to be scared above New York opening price. You want to be a seller above that. I will be jumping. I will bet the house on this, my guy. I will bet the house on this. And again, like I said, previous liquidity. Boom. That's going to be a simple move for that one. And again, right? So this is a Friday. Not sure if you guys are familiar with TGIF. So I'm automatically, if we're, downside on Thursday, I'd be looking to buy this. There's no way I would sell above that. Hell no. That bear run is over, especially for that day. But let's go to another asset. Let's go to like GJ or something. Ready? Watch this. Now, I've been really liking GJ a lot. I've been trading it a lot. um, but let's see. So realistically, look at this. Like I said, right? It's going to be New York. This is why I want you guys to be creative, because you don't always have to be 830 to 11. You might actually find that price will be, offering you a low risk sell model right from London. Like I said, if it's not London, it's going to be New York. US 30 is a USD uh, base pair, right? So it's going to run. Normally, the 832.11 is going to be more abundant in the USD base pair. So like EU, GU, NASDAQ, US 30, all those. If you're looking at like, GJ or USDJPY, you'll have a lot of. I would say I find it to be more balanced personally, but you can go in your charts and backtest it and see which ones you like personally. So again, I really do love being done early, and like this is one of the times to where again, this shit is so crazy. Again, it makes me freak out. I love this type of stuff because it's so easy. It's such a consistent trading model, and on top of that, the rewards are. It's not even fathomable how much money you can make doing this, week after week, bro. If you guys have funded challenges and you really want to pass these in like 2 fucking days, and I'm talking like, I mean, really with a logical standpoint on why you would take these trades. Oh, look at these. It's fucking perfect. Now, again, these are kind of like, not saying jumping the gun, but it's not in 832.11. But again, if we're looking at, I have this in yellow. This is weird. I don't know why I did it like that. But just like that, right? Now you're aiming for the assumption that London is going to be your high of the day here, right? Above New York opening price, bro. It's the same thing we talked about every time. You're above it, and look at the perfect retracement. Even if this went down, boom, and again, the reason why we're comfortable with the sell here over the buy underneath it, right? I want to address this. The time. It's the time. 3 arrows just so I can really get you to understand this. Look what time this is. 3 a.m. London open. Understand, London is going to give you a high or low of the day. If it's not London, it's New York. I'm going to tell you this like 15 more times. So, and I'm doing it just so you guys can get familiar. I give you different scenarios and I give you different rundowns on the same concepts. Just because it's important that, again, the same things are shown to you. Even though the candles might look slightly different, the same thing is happening. I don't want no excuse talk about, oh, well, it was a New York midnight was green that one time, and it was purple the other time, so I didn't feel comfortable. It doesn't matter. It simply does not matter. Bringing me back to my other idea before. New York midnight opening price. This is where the algorithm resets. This is where you're going to find your most optimal, again, the time. Between 3, right? 3 to 4. Or it's going to be 8:30 to 11. This is going to be the best time. And it damn near runs the rest of the day. And even, I'll say this, right? I don't like to do this personally. And not saying I mostly stay away from it, but just because, again, I've routined myself so much to just look for what I want in the marketplace. I don't feel forced to do shit. So, that being the case, even if I am late to the marketplace, right, and oh my God, another arrow for your bitch ass. But here we go. You see how, again, this is the most optimal spot. So it's in London here. But let me take away all this crap. and I just want to focus on this. Okay, let's move in one more time. I'm focused on this right here, right? But this is my thing. I don't mind taking something, again, if it's underneath the marketplace. I'll participate somewhere in here. I don't mind, bro. I don't mind at all. I'll add to my position. I will. Not saying I need this complete top. As long as this is formed, and now that I have this run above, and again, this is London open, so it's 3 o'clock. This is valid. This is going to be a significant run. Am I going to feel comfortable trying to buy underneath this? Fuck no. No way. No way in hell. And you see exactly what this thing does. You see exactly what that does. And then look at the next one. Watch this. Midnight opening price right now. This is actually a good candle. Yes, I knew you were going to say that. Is it always going to be a small, little bitch candle? No, not at all. Midnight could definitely trend. Okay? But this is what I want you to understand. Remember what I said about the type of asset that you're looking at. We're looking at GBP, JPY, which is really, really easy. And they call it the beast because it trends really, really fucking far and fast. But this is how you can tame this thing. Ready? New York opening, we have the top and the bottom sectioned off. We're going to let price, again, I've talked about, you're going to wait till 2 in the morning. Wait till at least 2 in the morning. I think it's easier after 2 because you're actually setting yourself up for what's called either London regular protraction, which is after 12 directly, or London delay protraction, which is after 2. Okay? Either idea is totally fine in using this, and I'm getting you used to using this without all the advanced language, I'll say. All right? But I want you to be understanding of time. As soon as this starts here, 3 o'clock, you're underneath price. Let's say you buy it. Boom. Okay? But again, what do I keep telling you? You have to be creative. It's not always going to be just this midnight candle, with the break above and below at 2 or more, right? You're still looking at 832.11 if you don't get the initial London trip in, okay? But the thing is, before I even say it, I really want you guys to see this stuff. You're going to ask me like, yo, why does price look like that? Why is there no real trip in? Why is there no real big move above this? I mean, we do have, a little run above midnight right here. Okay. We have it. It's there. But the thing is, I do want you to also understand that this one's a little special. You have a fair value gap. You're right in this fair value gap. Is that logical for us to sell it down to? Or sell using that? Look at that. You damn straight, bro. Look at this. Runs perfectly. And it stops right at the end of the day. You still get the entire day's range. You get the entire day's range, bro. Now look, real quick, right? Now let's say you wanted to buy GJ up. We haven't left an hour chart in a minute. This is kind of funny, right? And again, just to end the week here, I want to give you guys one more example on one more pair, and we'll end this lecture. Just because, again, there's really not that much to it. I don't have to talk your ear off on this thing. Ready? Can you see it? Can you see it? It's so quick. It's so quick. And that's why we like GJ. It's going to give you the entry point so quickly, bro. New York, man. Look at that. Is it underneath? Sure is. Is this a Friday? Thursday was bearish, so I'm already anticipating Friday to be bullish anyway. Yeah. I'm telling you, bro, I've been doing this for a long time. And I guess, I mean, TGIF in general is another situation for Friday. I'll say that. But when you're operating Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, honestly, even Monday, I mean, bro, it's like it's not hard to do this, like, at all. Look, got you again. Got you again. See that? And what does price do? Underneath that, where should you buy from? You can tell me in the comments if this is difficult. You tell me. And look at the reward, bruh. You mean you have the exact low point, a logical reason, a logical same time of the day, every single time, and it runs up. You want to conquer GJ? That's how you fucking do it. Bro, it's simple. And look, let's look at this one. This one's nice. This one's nice. This one's very nice. Oh, I like this a lot. Would have had a field day on this one if I seen this one, right? And the thing is, look, hindsight is better because when I give you these examples, go right into your charts the next couple weeks. You're going to watch this video a couple times and you're going to say to yourself, damn, he was right. My guy was right. Do I have? Yeah, I have plenty of backwards in here. All right, cool. I'm about to roll up and get some food right after this video. Dude, I love this concept so much, and I was so happy to teach you guys this. Ready? Watch. Above marketplace, you need to be doing what? Selling, right? And again, you got the double hybrid here. Okay? So what I mean by that is still focused using midnight. You got the run up. You got the run down. This is 5 o'clock in the morning. Like this little thing here, that's 5 o'clock in the morning. Now, you notice that we start to run back, right? And you say to yourself, damn, I sold this. I got this far in profit. It's starting to run back a little bit. Okay, no problem. Remember, I'll tell you this. If you take London, you have to look to be ready to take profits around. I'll say for the USD base ones, you can really run it until 8 o'clock because that's what's going to give you that 8 o'clock retracement. Even if you are on the downside, right? Even if you are on the downside, you're going to run into, 6, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning with a retracement. That's fine. It's not going to mess your flow up. But I do want you to be understanding of this if you do decide to scalp London. Okay? So if you're taking that, 3, or if you're in price 2 to 4 a.m. or whatever, right? If you're in there 2 to 4, you're going to look at 8:30 around there or right before it to at least take something off. Okay? Take some sort of profit. If it gives you another entry point here, just sell it again. Not going to buy that. Price is bearish. I'm going with this one first. This happened first. I'm actually focused on the macro direction. If I need to check again, I'll look on a higher time frame to make sure that my directional bias is the same. However, I'm already bearish. See what I mean? Everything's simple, bro. And you have a whole day of just straight consolidation on here. Oh, that sucks. But do you see exactly what I mean, bro? Where I mean, oh, that's a Friday. That's whatever. But same thing, man. Like, this is really stupid and easy, right? And the reason why I say it's stupid is because you'll get people that are like, man, trading can't be this easy. Listen, man. I'm telling you. And then sometimes, like I said, when you get these like real fast ones, just like this. Now, mind you, this is why I wanted to show you GJ. It's quick, it's swift. A lot of times where, I mean, there's not too much liquidity offered down here, but you'll get these New York runs, and it's almost pretty much that quickly. So I don't mind running this the moment I get offered, price run away and then run down. Yeah, I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. This is like the smallest, like, I mean, the smallest, bro. Like, look at that. Look at that. So even if you got in anywhere on here, right, and you saw just in general that, price took out this little area, you can run that, bro. Run that. Run that to the upside, no problem. There's no other phenomenon in here. It doesn't get it does trip in here. I see that, yes. However, what do I keep saying? You need to be creative. You need to be creative. Is that not a bullish fair value gap? Everything lines up. Imbalance, rebalance. And shortly after this video, we're going to talk about liquidity. Actually, probably the next video, we're going to talk about liquidity. Just so I can run this, so this idea, you can go back on this video and the next one, and this will really come full circle for you, okay? Is there anything else I want to leave you guys with? I'm not really sure. I don't know. There's not really too much going on right now in terms of I'll show you guys my my funded account I just started. So I didn't click the button. But long story short, my last funded challenge, we did a lot of fun stuff on that one. We went completely 100% with that FTMO account, and I don't really use funded accounts, but I just find them fun to pass at this point, just because I love the challenge now. A lot of my students pass funded accounts. I have a lot of people in my Discord that are trading funded and personal accounts, and the way that we operate, right? And I'll show you my stats or whatever, but the way that we operate, again, you see how we can be so consistent with what we do. That being said, this is why my signals are very accurate. They stay over 90% in terms of a win rate, and my funded account reflects the same thing. And so for anybody out there that always starts to be like, oh, well, are you really making any profits out there? Or can I really make profits with some of the methods that you're teaching me? Yes. Some of these things can change lives. I'm telling you that now. Understanding that, again, just using basic concepts. I mean, I only started this account. So far, I have 2 trading days on here. It'll say 3 just because I started at nighttime the day before the day I started. But I only need 800 to pass phase 1, and I think like 300 to pass phase 2. I'm already at $267 profit on this account. You can see my equity curve, and please tell me where you see losses. Tell me where. My equity curve goes one straight direction. It goes one direction. My shit do not zigzag all fucking crazy. And the reason is I understand exactly what each day is doing, and I routine myself. So this is where I'm at, right? We're in profits, and we got, 3 minimum trading days, and let's see. Oh wait, let's go back. Let's go to statistics. Okay. So my trading volume, so far, I mean, I've run a couple different pairs, just because when I'm on the funded account and I really want to pass it real quick, if I'm not using what I actually just taught you guys, I have a whole nother scalping method. If you guys wish to learn how to taking advantage of smaller price ranges. So, what I do when I'm working in a small price range, or I'm looking to actually just trade something in the middle of the day, I already know what macro direction the day is going to go. So, I'm literally just running the same direction over and over and over and over and over again, scalping it. There's really nothing really too complex about that. We'll talk about that in another video also. But that being said, bro, like, yeah. So that's my profit, like I said. And I haven't started today, obviously, because it's Sunday, and I don't normally trade Mondays or Sundays. I normally just trade like Tuesday and on. But um, yeah, when I first copped the account, I just tried something real quick, so I made like $5, $4 real quick. Testing everything out, and this is actually one of my favorite prop firms. I'm not really like again, I'm a personal account guy. I'd rather just go on my personal account and just run the shit the fuck up. But again, my students love the funded account space, so I've been rocking with them a lot with that. Um, and yeah, look at that. I sit there and like I said, bro, I scout 203 trades to only make $164, which is so funny. I love that because again, working in a tight range, I did nothing but scout. And we did about $98 in 79 scalps. Um, yeah, and so we have no losing days. We're gonna continue that. So, what am I thinking about? There's not too much going on in the Discord. Um, just some, yeah, man. So, if you guys want to join the Discord, I still have some open spots. It's always going to be an open spot for you guys. Mentorship, I don't have as many open spots, but I do have some free open spots for mentorship. So, if you guys want to join the mentorship, feel free to send a DM. Um, I have 2 Instagram accounts. I'll post those in description like I normally do. And that's pretty much it, y'all. It's not too much happening. I had a lot of fun teaching that, and I'm getting ready to go roll some weed and go get some food. So I love you guys. We'll talk again in about 2 days.